I've been watching a lot of Pokemon Challenge runs lately, mainly Mah-Dry-Bread, and I thought they looked like fun, so here we go. The rules for this challenge are simple. I can use other Pokemon for HMs, but I can only use Spearow for battling. If I accidentally get into a double battle, I have to spam non-damaging moves with my HM slave until the Pokemon faints. Items are allowed in battle, but try to use them minimally. Also, I'm using a setting in the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to make any Pokemon able to learn all the HMs, so I only need to have 2 HM slaves rather than a lot. Using the Universal Pokemon Randomizer, at the beginning of the game, I have Spearow replace Trico. I had to replace Trico because that means May will pick Torchic, and that means I'll be super effective when it evolves, because I'm bad at video games. After I got my starter Spearow, I made a beeline right for Roxanne. I got to Roxanne and I tried to lead with Growl, but her Geodude OHKO'd me with Rock Tomb. Alright then. I ground up to level 15. While I was grinding, Bird learned Fury Attack, so that's fun. I lived her first 2 Rock Tombs, probably because I kept using Growl, but I died to her third. I'm writing this script after the fact, with notes I made and the footage I recorded, so I have no idea what was going through my head when I did that fight and why I didn't leer. I ground up to level 20. Starting at level 18, I remembered that EVs are a thing, and I focused solely on Cascoon and Silcoon, because they give defense EVs. When I got back to Roxanne, I used one peck, then growled a few times. I pecked a few more times, lived a Rock Tomb on 1 HP, and unfortunately kicked the bucket. I ground up to level 30, mostly on Route 16, focusing on Nincada for defense EVs. Side note, while I was grinding, I noticed that Lock is stupid for me, as rather than getting the 20% total Silcoon and Cascoon in Petalburg Woods, or the 20% Nincada on Route 16, I was getting the 5% Slack Off and the 10% Abra in those places. I just thought that was something silly I should share. I killed a few Abras while I was grinding for special attack EVs. I saw a shiny Nincada, and rather than kill it, I decided to use a Great Ball to catch it and use for HMs, because I knew that you'd all yell at me in the comments. Actually, now I think of it, everyone yell at me in the comments anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. While I was grinding, I got Aerial Ace. At level 27, I got impatient and tried Roxanne again. I two-shotted her first Geodude with Aerial Ace, and for this and one other fight, cheated with save states. I made a save after her first Geodude, and after her second, which had the same fate as the first, except it didn't miss a Rock Tomb on its turn. Her Nose Pass KO'd me after way too many potions on her part. The second time, she used a berry, getting out of potion range, so I was able to KO her with Aerial Ace. Leader Roxanne is defeated! Brawly was a pushover. I was so ridiculously overleveled, combined with my type advantage, that I easily OHKO'd all of his Pokemon. Leader Brawly is defeated! I got through the cave with minimal difficulty, gave Steven the letter, and went off to Slayport. Team Aqua at the museum were a bunch of pushovers. Watson, however, was not. I 2-hit KO'd his Voltorb, but then got in some hefty damage on me, so his Electrike was able to kill me. The second time around, I tried to lead with Mirror Move, but that didn't work. His Voltorb beat me. I ground Bird to level 35, focusing on Poochyena for attack EVs and Oddish for special attack EVs. His Electrike still beat me. I ground up to level 40 and tried again. I got a crit and OHKO'd his Voltorb and was able to OHKO his Electrike anyway. His Manectric was a whole nother story. I halved its HP instantly using Drill Peck, but then it used Thunder Wave and paralyzed me. It used a berry to get up to 3/4 of its health and thus lived my Drill Peck. It just howled, but I'm slower than it because of paralysis. Watson used a Super Potion on it, and it used Shockwave, getting me in KO range of his Magneton. Nothing noteworthy happened for a while, until at level 47, and with battle items, I beat him by spamming potions and Drill Peck. Not the most honorable win, but I didn't want to waste my life on this challenge. Leader Watson is defeated! I got to Mount Chimney. Maxie was a total pushover. I got through Flannery's puzzle after hours of trying. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration. But then barely failed to wreck her. The fight was going pretty well, OHKOing her first 3 Pokemon, but then her Torkoal paralyzed an infatuated Bird, resulting in it being able to OHKO with Overheat. The second time around, Torkoal infatuated Bird, but didn't paralyze. Bird was able to force through the infatuation and finish Torkoal off the next turn. Leader Flannery is defeated! Norman was more of an issue. I OHKO'd his Spinda, but just barely didn't OHKO his Vigoroth, so he used a full restore. Same thing happened again, but he didn't use a full restore, so I beat his Vigoroth that turn. I OHKO'd his Lanoon. The Slacking OHKO'd me. The second time around, I managed to get a hit on Slacking. It used a berry, I used Drill Peck, he used a full restore. You get the picture. Eventually, I beat his Slacking. Later, Norman is defeated! The Aqua grunts at the weather station were a bunch of pushovers. Most of Winona's Pokemon went down easily. The only two that put up any sort of fight were Skarmory and her Altaria. However, Altaria just kept barely living, so she had to keep potioning. I eventually beat her when she stopped. Her Skarmory was just a loop. I used Drill Peck, she used Steel Wing. Rinse and repeat until I win. Leader Winona is defeated! I tried doing Tantaliz's gym a few times before just deciding to grind to level 70. I tried them again, and nothing of importance happened for a few times, till I realized I should work on the biggest threat first. I started by attacking their Xatu. I destroyed them. Leaders Tate and Liza are defeated! I was wrecking Juan right up until his Kingdra. His Kingdra messed me up hard. I'd already taken a lot of damage, all from his Celio, so his Kingdra was able to OHKO me. So I ground up to level 90. The next time, I just barely lost. Then I took no damage the whole fight the last time. Leader Juan is defeated! The Wally fight at Victory Road was a pushover as always. I OHKO'd most of his team, only failing 2 on his Magnemite, but it just kept screeching and not doing anything. Elite Four Sydney was also a pushover. Only his Magnemite, Absol, and Crawdon survived the first hit. His Mighty N just used Sand Attack, which did nothing because Birdo's Keen Eye, preventing accuracy lost. His Absol used Rock Tomb, which did significantly more, but still not much. His Crawdon just used Swords Dance. Elite Four Sydney is defeated! Phoebe was not a pushover. Her Dusclops led with a few Protects, then immediately used Confuse Ray. The second time it went Protect, Curse. This just kept happening. So I ground up to level 90. Level 90, I still couldn't beat her. After a few tries, I just decided that I wouldn't even try if she cursed me. After doing that for a while, I just decided to grind to 95 so I could OHKO her Dusclops. Being able to do that, I could OHKO her all team. Elite Four Phoebe is defeated! I OHKO'd Glacier's first Celio, but not her first Glalie. It got off an Ice Beam on me. I beat it the next turn, but then her next Celio was able to beat me. The second time around, I didn't OHKO her first Celio because I was trying to see if Steel Wing was as good on it as it was on Glalie. It is not. The third time, I OHKO'd her Celio with Drill Peck, but not her Glalie because Steel Wing missed. The fourth time, that didn't happen, and I was able to OHKO her whole team. I wouldn't have OHKO'd her Whaleren, but I got a lucky crit. Elite Four Glacia is defeated! I started with the Drill Peck on Drake's Shellgun, bringing it down to stupid low health, so of course he used a full restore. I used Steel Wing that time, followed up by a Drill Peck to finish it off. Then came his Salamence. His Salamence destroyed me with 1 Dragon Claw, because it was faster than me, even though I was almost double his level. Okay then. The second time, his Shellgun just kept using Protect up to when it failed, so I went into his Salamence with full health. We just kept trading blows, dealing about equal damage when I got him into berry range, so he used a Citrus Berry, getting him out of full restore range. I was faster than him that time, so I beat him. Unfortunately, I still went into his Altaria with super low health, so it beat me with 1 Dragon Claw. I ground up to level 100 in the Sky Pillar, focusing exclusively on Claydol and Altaria, because they give special defense EVs. I finally got up to level 100 and challenged Drake again. I 2-hit KO'd his Shellgun, then lost to his Salamence. I didn't want to, but I decided to just use items. I led with an X speed so that I could be faster than his Salamence. I beat his Shellgun the way I normally do it, Steel Wing and Drill Peck. Then I couldn't beat his Salamence. So the next time I played it the same way, but I used a full restore. I finally got back to his Altaria by spamming Hyper Potions. For some reason it just spammed Dragon Dance, so I wrecked it. I beat his Kingdra with a few Steel Wings and a Drill Peck. I beat his Flygon with a few Steel Wings, a couple Drill Pecks, and 1 Potion. Elite Four Drake is defeated! Finally, we've reached the end of this journey. Champion Wallace. On his Wailord, I led with Drill Peck, just barely failed to OHKO, so he used a full restore, then I used Steel Wing, followed by Drill Peck. 1 down, 5 to go. I easily beat his Tentacruel with 2 Steel Wings and 1 Drill Peck. His Milotic OHKO'd me. The second time, I knew I wouldn't be able to win without items, so I just used a Hyper Potion as soon as his Tentacruel came out. Other than that, I beat his first 2 pretty much the same way. His Milotic poisoned me and got me down to 3 health, so I used a full restore. I beat it with 2 Steel Wings and a Drill Peck. On to his Ludicolo. I beat it with 2 Steel Wings and a Drill Peck. That's basically the motto of this fight. I kept almost OHKOing his Whiscash, but he kept using full restores. I used Steel Wings so that I could KO it the next turn with Drill Peck. Finally, was Gyarados. I almost OHKO'd it with 2 Steel Wings and a Drill Peck, but was like 2 HP shy of that. He got me down to 3 HP, so we both used full restores and we're back to the start. I KO'd with 4 Steel Wings and a Drill Peck while he was using a bunch of Dragon Dances. Success! I beat Pokemon Emerald with only a Spearow. All in all, that wasn't the best it could have gone. I think I might have been able to beat it without items if the entire game, the only grinding I did was EV training for special defense. Or maybe if I had a special defense nature. But my nature was naughty, which lowered special defense, so not the best for Spearow, which is already kind of a glass cannon. All in all, I think this was fine. Next week, I think I'll try Pokemon Fire Red with only a Ghastly, so stay tuned for that. This has been fun, but Hexmaster is signing off!